My name is Vince Miller. I am a resident of Broomfield. Actually, I went home to get some information because I heard the president of Extraction make some comments about the air sampling that they had done in Weld County. And if I understood him correctly, he said everything was hunky-dory. It was wonderful. Here is the research that was at least paid for by our group, task force. And here's what it says about the air sampling that was done at several extraction sites in Weld County. It says the samples were collected upwind and therefore may not be representative or account for all the variables that could be present during all phases of oil and gas operations within Broomfield or elsewhere, and should not be considered predictive of future operations. I'm a retired meteorology professor. I also worked as a geophysicist for Phillips Petroleum Company. If I had somebody come in, a PhD candidate, and gave me information like this, they'd be laughed out of the room. It's a joke. And guess who picked the sampling locations? Stand up and take a bow. Here's conclusions. Here's what it says. Samples collected for a short amount of time may not accurately represent continuous exposure or the ranges of potential exposures. The samples were only analyzed for a limited set of substances that might even be present in the air. Heaven knows what other types of poisonous chemicals might be there. Furthermore, there are significant differences in land use and development between Weld County and Broomfield. Air quality samples capture cumulative contributions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These conclusions are based on limited sampling conducting during a limited investigation. Concentrations of constituents can be highly variable and detections may be dependent on a variety of environmental conditions. This sampling may therefore not be representative of or account for all the variables that could be present during oil and gas operations within Broomfield or elsewhere, and should not be considered to be conclusive of future operations. This is a joke. This would be like me doing research in Breckenridge or Steamboat Springs between the middle of July and the middle of August to determine whether or not that would be a good location for a ski resort. Gee whiz, it didn't snow during that period of time, so we're not going to have a ski resort there. If they are this inaccurate on this information, this type of information, how can we trust them on anything? Thank you.
Excuse me, a question for clarification, Mr. Miller. The study that you cited there, the one that you just gave us some of the information on that, who sponsored that? Where did that come from?
It says air sampling at extractions well pads in Weld County, Broomfield Air Quality Monitoring in Weld County, prepared for the city and county of Broomfield. It is printed by Pinion Environmental Incorporated, June 22nd, 2017.
So was that the request of the city of Broomfield?
What's that?
Was it done at the request of the city of Broomfield?
Yes, of the task force.
Thank you.